France, when we reconsider the approach, we reconsider a more systemic approach than the pillars, the natural pillars that we had at this stage, was about teaching and learning digitally and with digital technologies. At the same time, the new digital education action plans was built on 2 pillars and 14 actions. The main priorities was about fostering the development of high-performing digital education ecosystem to enable factors on all that those actions that you have on infrastructures, on different equipments, and also on different skills that you need to learn about, and especially about the new technologies such as AI and VR. And the second priority is enhancing digital skills and competencies for the digital transformation, which is the main purpose for the European Commission and the member states at the horizon of 2030. In both cases, there are common points for building the resilience of complex systems with balance between stability and change. And of course, these common points are not for a return to normal, but for a new normal based on the experience acquired previously, on the development of basic digital skills for the majority and more advanced skills for some, and also on the accompaniment of innovation, including ethical questions, and very broadly taking account of fundamental rights, human rights. Efforts are also being made to have research programs in education and in digital technology, to finally invite the actors, all the stakeholders, to work together to design, produce, use, evaluate, and improve digital teaching and learning resources. Another and very relevant point is search for coherence and combined actions between the EU member states and the Commission, and which had opened a structured dialogue with each and every one of them to prepare recommendation, in particular on digital skills, but which also takes into account the diversity of the education systems. And we face this, and it's very important maybe to underline this, to highlight this for the Ceibal Foundation and the Latin America to work together. The most important maybe to mention is that this is an ongoing process. This is an incremental process. We don't know, because the technology increases quickly, and we can't afford, we have to avoid a perpetual movement for the educators. We need to check the balance, and this is the role of the countries. This is the role of different authorities at each scale, because also the important is to make coherence every level, every scale, and to build this digital education with all of the people, and of course with the teachers and the school leaders at the first rank, if I can say, because they are this user and their role are essential. So if we took into account the competencies, each country in Europe was working on it since maybe 10 years, and also tried to relate it to the curriculums, and in each curricula with specific domains. Then with the DISCOMP at the European level, we took into account different aspects on using properly the digital tools and the digital environments. And it was also about the education, the media and literacy education. We were aware that we need to not only to learn to use the tools, but to also learn to build, to search good resources, to build resources, to work with the digital properly. And that's the reason why the DISCOMP and was declined, also was used by every country and adapted in every country. So we can use it with different items, and the new DISCOMP 2.2 adopted in March 2022 is based on different domains, different topics, and how to use it, how to make it operational in the education systems, but also in the labor system. The most important is to be coherent. You can ask education and schools to develop their own competencies, ignoring what are the competencies needed from the labor market and needed from the citizenship. So we try to bring this all together and to decline, and with the help of the GRC at the European level, which is the joint research competencies for the European Commission. And this is the way that we build the framework. Then with the framework, we try to train the teachers first, we try to make it possible through the curriculums. So when we renewed the curriculums from the, for example, with the programming and STEMs, computational thinking, etc., but also media literacy, for example, and also in different programs, curricula. The second point also is to frame the DISCOMP and to make it mandatory at different level. And I come back to France now. In France, we have this DISCOMP adopted in the CRCN, which is mandatory at age 15 and age 18 or 17 at the end of the lower secondary schools and at the end of the upper secondary schools. And to do that, we also engage with an organization which name is PIX, P-I-X. And if you type pix.fr or pix.org, this is the way that we build some exercise, some activities. And which is interesting is that it exists for citizens. This is pix.fr, and you can try it. Everyone can try it for free. And you have also pix.org. This is for schools, and we develop this with the association that we sustain at the beginning, and it's relevant to assess your competencies. And this is about the way for certification at the end. And it's not, it's more than badges that we have also in this audit, because it's an official certificate that you have on your key competencies report or file if you need it after that. So we are in the process, and the PIX try also to adapt it and to frame something for Belgium and for other countries. So we are working on it. I was always saying that if you use a European tool, just like Selfie for teachers, Selfie for schools, Selfie is a reflecting tools to engage on your practice in schools, and you can question teachers, school leaders, but also students on what they are doing and what are their plans. So you are at the local level or at the regional level, and then they have to think about and to discuss and to plan for the usage of digital technology in school. And at the other hand, you have this certification with PICS, which can make the evaluation of the progress that you have done if you practice it every year or every 2 years, for example. This is the way that we are imagining now, but not only imagining, but we are using, we are dealing with concrete actions on this. And this is a point to achieve for sure before the 2030 horizon.